What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
MeatEater, show that clearly I heard about from Joe Rogan podcast. He's had the host Steve Rinella on many times. Joe Rogan's also been on the show MeatEater, which is a hunting show. But I don't know. I don't know how many. I don't think I've seen many, if any, hunting shows necessarily. But this one is one that is done in a much higher quality, from what I've heard, than most. It seems to be. Steve Rinella, just a brilliant person, really good at encapsulating his thoughts and speaking about things in a very deep way. He knows the history of. I think he's obsessed with American history and the history of the places in which he goes to hunt. And it's not like trophy hunting. He's hunting to just feed himself and his family. It's similar thing with what Rogan does, Joe Rogan. He goes out elk hunting, and I mean he hunts a lot of things, I guess, but the intent is to bring home food for his family and also gives it away to a lot of people. So season 8 of MeatEater just hit Netflix, and it's a great show. I'm glad Netflix finally picked it up. They have, I think, the most recent 4 or 5 seasons. But season 8 was, maybe I missed the just didn't see, because a lot of times I'll watch these shows while I'm doing other work like photoshopping or editing or doing whatever it is I'm doing. So it'll be on kind of in the background while I'm working. But there's episodes that it seemed like the previous seasons had that this one didn't have, one of which is a cooking episode. Not only, I mean, they do cook the food, but there was specific episodes for cooking in the and preparing the different meats that you would get, because they're not your standard meats. It's not like when you go to a grocery store and you have only the choices of chicken and beef and pork. It's they're shooting all kinds of different things, like elk and deer and birds, different kinds of birds. But it seemed like there was missing that part of it, and then also I don't know if he's trying to make it more palatable for a wider audience, but it didn't seem to have a lot of the scenes where he cleans the animals. It's super interesting, the whole process of hunting, from just the just amount of work it takes to even have an opportunity to harvest the meat, to hunt. It's not easy hunting, especially how Rogan does it, which I don't think he was in the last season, where he went bow hunting with Steve Rinella. But yeah, it's a fun show. It's a fun, interesting show about just kind of bringing the realities, understanding for me, and other people that haven't hunted, that don't have any experience hunting. I'm not a gun person either. But I would definitely hunt if I was in an area where hunting was more prevalent. I would love to go and hunt my own food. That would be, I would say, the most ideal way to eat your food or get your food would be just natural, right from the earth, not harvested in a big factory farm, which I enjoy that Steve Rinella is also showing people, because there's a lot of people, similar to me, that are just anti-hunting because they deal with guns and they think trophy hunting is the same as what they're doing. And they don't understand also that hunting provides we have to keep a balance in the ecosystem. I mean, a lot of these animals that they're hunting are like invasive species. They're animals that were brought to an area where this animal never existed before, but because there's no natural predators, they just exploded. Populations exploded. So you have to bring those numbers down, or else you're going to have devastation to the wildlife from these invasive species. So it's gives you more clarity to the reality of what it is to be a hunter, what it is to hunt, also just what it is to, that they respect animals more than anybody that has never hunted and just goes to the grocery store and buys their food. So many people don't even buy actual meat. They buy pre-cooked, pre-made stuff. Like they're not even getting the raw flesh of an animal. And they don't even have to do any of the work to get it down to whatever cut of meat that they're getting. Like they have to, clean the animals. They have to fucking pack out the animals from where they hunted it. And it seems like instead of just what anti-hunters would do, they just go on hikes, they just walk around outdoors as a form of exercise. Versus if you're a hunter, then you're getting your hiking in, right? You're out in nature, you're getting hiking, you're going camping, and you're getting, if you're lucky, you're getting food. The closest to hunting that I ever got was fishing. I loved fishing. I was hoping to get back into fishing, but it's just like I can't afford to do anything, let alone just get a fishing license. And the places to fish around here aren't necessarily the most exciting places, but I do enjoy fishing and just the difficulty of trying to catch a fish, using the right baits, going to the right places. It's like you can't. It's not easy unless you go to like a farm. You're fishing at a fish farm or something like that, which are out here too. Whitewater, I think, at least used to be able to do that, and it was the worst kind of fishing. It's something you would take your kids to go fishing so they can get the at least exhilaration of bringing a fish in. But it's like a place you go and they have these like man-made lakes that are just stocked full of fish, and you can rent, they rent a pole and you just throw the pole in with the pre-baited hook, like you did, like the most effortless kind of fishing, and then you just reel it up. It's like one step away from just buying fish at a grocery store. Like you're not having to do much of anything. And then they even clean it for you if you want. But if you're fishing normal, then it's difficult, and you don't always catch fish. And then you have to clean the fish, and then you have to prepare the fish, and and you suck. Everybody sucks when they first do something. So it's like the first time you clean a fish, you clean it wrong, or you don't take all the bones out, or you do this wrong, you do that wrong, you forget to scale it. But that's the only experience I have that's even close to what they're doing. But I love what they're doing. And the thing with hunting is that they're not using fucking assault rifles or handguns. People can use handguns, have hunted with handguns and stuff like that. But generally, they're using bows or they're using rifles. That's it. Unless, they're going out to, they have to like exterminate a bunch of pigs out in Texas or something like that, where there's like millions of pigs that are just invasive and just destroying the land. Then they might use some crazy stuff. But in general, hunters aren't using those things. So if we were to get rid of those guns, or at least make it really hard to get an assault rifle or a handgun or anything that's being used for mass shootings, like it's not affecting hunters, like they should be for it. And it's not like we're getting rid of guns. It's just we're trying to maybe control guns like you control a car. You can't just get a car. You have to like take a driving test. You have to take a written test. You have to pass those tests. You have to show the government that, like a government employee, that you're capable of actually driving an automobile. And then you have to have insurance, because even if you pass all of those things, we still don't trust that you're not going to fuck shit up. And people do fuck shit up all the time. But cars are safer. Cars are safer now than they ever were. It's like there's none of that is in with gun control, especially in different states. But I don't know. I love this show as somebody would love much heavier gun regulation in this country. I still enjoy this show and hunting, and Steve Rinella is amazing. He's brilliant. listening to him on Rogan's podcast, listening to him on the show, how he breaks down philosophies and things like that. He's just, it's a great show to watch, super inspiring, and would love to at some point go hunting. But yeah, that's it. MeatEater, go check it out on Netflix. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my artwork over at inspireddisorder.com and save 25% when you use coupon code RTS. Follow me on social media at Ray Taylor. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out.